You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? AssholeConsulting.com. If you got questions, Cappy's got answers. As long as you got money at AssholeConsulting.com. Good morning, Cappy. I have this thought that has not left me for weeks now, and that is that I believe the future generations will be raised by single father households. As someone in my 30s with friends who have been in long-term relationships, we have noticed that younger millennial and Gen Z women simply do not have much interest in children and often in men in general. With women having little to no interest in men and children and men's innate desire to have offspring, do you think men and society take the route of just paying for surrogate services and therefore bringing a big increase into the single father households? We already know that single fathers tend to raise much better children than single mother households, that people will contain or contest. And oh my God, how dare! Well, I believe it is Will Ferrell who did the research on that. And yes, I'm aware that studies show, research suggests that most of your academic research and studies out there are all bullshit. But thus far, as far as you could trust academic research, it seems that children do better under single father households than single mother households. Don't shoot the messenger. Go look up the data. Argue with Will Ferrell. Or am I thinking the actor? Warren Ferrell. Will Ferrell's the actor. Warren, don't listen to Will Ferrell. I know he could be a great guy. Yeah, I don't think is an expert in childhood. Warren Ferrell, not Will Ferrell. Warren Ferrell. Look up the research. There you go. You might disagree with it. Might be wrong. But let's just say it's irrelevant to the question you're asking whether fathers will raise better children than single mothers. And I hate to beat a dead horse, but truly women my age, late 20s, early 30s, have such disdain for children. It starts that let me explain something to you. Let me be here. I will say this. All right. The fact that daycare has become the standard, that you outsource raising your children, should tell you everything you need to know about how much interest average mothers and parents in the United States have in raising their own children. I'm the choice is what now? You're just realizing this? Do you know how long American parents have been shipping their kids and outsourcing them to daycare in the public schools? This is not a what is late 20s, early 30s. It's not a millennial Zoomer thing. That's been going on a long time because SUVs are more important than children. Have such disdain for children starts to warp how you envision a family going forward. Add on to what we know that women tend to be generally open with selling their sexuality and bodies through social media OnlyFans. We don't know that. I know a lot are, but we don't know as a whole. Why not have a baby and pay off their college debts with one big lump sum? Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. You're saying there's enough women selling the sexuality online that they would also then probably be okay with being a surrogate mother. I see what you're saying there. I know this might be a controversial topic, you think? And maybe I'm seeing this the wrong way, but my gut tells me men will be raising kids going forward rather than another one. All right. Not that I'm not angry at you all, but you're wrong. You're wrong. He had a follow-up email here. I don't want to sound too against women. I just see anecdotally how many of my friends that want kids and how many men treat their kids with the best amount of structure they can love, and quite a few women that really do not want children to hold them against their fathers. The scenario laid just now. It's only now this generation of women have been using children as pawns in divorce. It's just now. Sir, have you heard of the baby boomer generation? Have you? We need to take you to. We need like a Back to the Future movie to educate you young kids what the 70s and the early 80s were like. Like you couldn't go to school unless your parents were divorced at the side. Like that, your kids are still together. You were denied educations. You couldn't apply for loans. You couldn't ride the bus if your parents were married. Like, nope, you're not part of society unless your parents get divorced. Oh shit. You don't get any Lego. You couldn't have Legos if your parents were married. It's a true, totally fact. The scenario laid out sounds very dystopian, but it doesn't seem insane to me that some successful men would pay to have children raise them themselves. Yeah, some men, sure. All right, look, I'm gonna explain this. It's not gonna happen because it's been available. Surrogate children have been available for quite some. Let me look it up. It's at least decades, right? Well, made. No, technically, in one way or another, like you could always just go have sex with a woman who agreed to birth your children, right? So surrogacy has been around since forever. Human beings have been alive, right? Now, more formally, I did some research, looked it up. While surrogacy is as simple as like, hey, do you want to birth my child, but give up your parenting rights, your rights to motherhood? And if a woman said yes, that's how simple it is. It's actually very costly in the United States to have a surrogate. And I remember looking into it before somewhere. Did I have a client where a gal wanted to become a surrogate mother? Um, Industries have arisen, lawyers have gotten involved. Then when you look at compensation, and they have a contract, there's contracts out like this is what you're going to pay the surrogate woman. Women, not wrong. They are going through a tremendous amount of labor for you. They got to give up the kid. They got to have, however, they get the sperm inside there. I don't know how, it's different ways you could do that. There's testing, there's labor, there's ruining your body, there's lost wages. And so when you add all this up, a surrogate child can cost anywhere on the low end, like 70 grand, up to somewhere like $400,000. Now, the mean or the median is more like 110, 120,000. And that's pricey. But my point is, if men really had that much of a desire to have children, we would have been doing this a long time ago. I think the flaw or one of the erroneous premises that you have in your analysis is that men are as interested in raising children, or they are very interested in raising children. I don't think men are that interested in raising children either. Yes, men probably on paper or some level would like to have children. How many men want to have children so much to the point that they don't want a mother involved? That's very low, very low. And if there was some kind of men are sick of this shit and you girls are to make horrible wives and mothers and we're going back to the 1950s, we're going to have our own damn kids, they would have been doing it by now because the technology was available. Yeah, long ago, probably a hell of a lot cheaper than it is now that lawyers and pricing and data has gotten involved. Yeah, in other words, we would have seen it. Let me flip it. Girls are so boy crazy. Really? Well, then where's the data to prove that? If a girl likes you, you'll know. If a girl wants to go out with you, she'll go out with you. If a girl wants to have sex with you, she'll have sex with you. The fact they don't that's a decision. That's information. That's data telling you what the priorities and interests are, which is their right. And I would say you would see the similar such thing. If men really want to have children that badly outside of having a mother, they would do so, and they're not. So the fact is, because this technology and the opportunity has been around since forever, but men tend not to do it, shows you that no, it's good. The future is now. Men aren't going to do it because they're not doing it now. That's about it. There we go. No super chats. There you guys go. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.